All right, guys. I think I'm live. Am I live? Listen, it's your girl Aniya A, and tonight I wanted to definitely stop everything and just get on here to talk about something that we just discussed on the Aniya A show. As you guys know, it's your girl Aniya A, and every night I try to do an after hours, afterthoughts type segment because whenever I get done with these interviews that I often do Monday through Friday, starting at 8:30 p.m., it baffles me as to how much I learn from the people. Not in a bad way at all, because anytime you're learning, you're ultimately growing in my mind. And tonight, a few things happened that typically would have thrown me off guard, but I was more prepared tonight because I'm allowing my faith to override my anxiety and my fear. And the reason being is because why not? Why not be that person that says, you know what? Shit happens. Things happen that are often very bad. And because we don't have any control over certain circumstances, why not just go with the flow? Why not just say, you know what? I have no control. I'm not going to fight it. Matter of fact, I'm going to smile through it because what else am I going to do? I've come to the conclusion, hear me, hear me now. I've come to the conclusion that people oftentimes make themselves sick or make themselves irrational by trying to fix things they have no control over. And tonight was one of those nights where I could have lost it because for the first time in ages, I had a major catastrophic moment live on the Aniya A show. And for the first time, also, the guests did not know what the heck was happening. But unlike previous guests who are extroverts, hear me good, and are able to maneuver through certain things because of their personality types, my guests tonight were introverts and were typically shy people. And it baffles me, but it also makes me laugh and smile because it would be tonight that both of my guests, and I'm laughing now, that both of the guests I choose to be on this platform are introverted, shy people. That has never happened to me before. And I'm laughing not because it's funny, but it's ironic, but it's a beautiful irony. The last time something like this occurred, which I had no control over either, because to be honest with you, I still don't know what happened this last time, right? And I share this story because I feel like not only have I learned something valuable, but I think that you, whoever's going to watch this tonight or whenever you're going to watch it, you're going to learn something valuable too about life. The irony and the beautiful irony of it is the last time something random happened like this, which was when I got kicked off of the live. I was on a Zoom with approximately 4 to 5 people, if I'm not mistaken. I think all men whom all knew each other. So that wasn't, a crazy thing. They all knew each other. But either way, they're all extroverts. They're all people that go with the flow, etc. And wouldn't you know that they held on to the conversation, they continued chopping it up. And I think, they were able to flow so freely because they knew each other, but also because of their personality types. And tonight is the night that Aniya had 2 introverted, shy people on. And this would be the night that I have a technical difficulty, a major technical difficulty. And in that process, both of my guests were like, oh, well, we don't know each other, and we're going to just get off. And I'm writing because I'm texting because I can still text, but I'm just not on Zoom at this point. And I have all these devices like you guys don't even know. I have like a whole studio setup thing. I have phone, another iPad thing. Sorry, it's dirty. Another phone. I have about 7 devices running simultaneously. So I'm like, happy go lucky. And I'm like texting them and messaging them and everything else, like, stay on, don't go anywhere. And the sister, if you go back on my live tonight on the show, you'll watch. She was like, oh, we're already off. I'm like, that happened in a blink of an eye. And all I could do was jump back on and try to save my face and get back on live and try to finish up by playing the other artist's song. And this is not to condemn anybody, but this just goes to show you something very valuable. In life, we cannot take anything for granted. We cannot take anybody for granted. We cannot take situations for granted. But furthermore, when something does go down, we should learn from it and we should grow from it. And again, we shouldn't beat ourselves up because life is short. Today, I literally had a million things to do, getting ready for this show, getting packages delivered. And again, I am working on sending a bunch of stuff to Haiti and to Africa. So if you guys want to help me with that, feel free to inbox me, email me, call me, or cash at me at the Aniya A show, because we're accepting everything right now. And then I went to go check mail at my office that's not open to the public because of COVID. So I run down to the office, and lo and behold, my office manager is there, and we get in the conversation of her beautiful mother, who has since passed on during this COVID season. And that story was something that just reminded me how quickly we're here today and gone tomorrow. That beautiful woman literally was okay the last time I spoke with my office manager, and within a blink of an eye, she was gone. Not only did I hear about that story, but for the past couple of days, I've been seeing posts from the National Action Network, which I'm a lifetime member of. Shouts out to Reverend Al Sharpton. And I've been seeing those posts because there was supposed to be a memorial tonight. And I didn't want to go because I can't cry anymore. I cannot shed another tear. Aniya A is tired of crying. Aniya A is tired of all the murders, all the senseless acts of violence. I'm just physically and emotionally drained. But something said, go. And wouldn't you know, I made it on time and everything. Well, for me, it was on time, but whatever. And it was just so disheartening to see another Black soul gone. A young man who was loved by so many. It wasn't like he was out there thugging it in the street. And even if he was, that's not my place to judge. I'm not going to judge anybody. But you understand what I'm saying. This young man had goals and dreams and had a very bright future from what I've been hearing. And I just had to go to be present because if you guys know, and if you don't know, you should go back and watch some of my shows. I've been saying I'm tired of the murders. I'm tired of the memorial services. I'm tired of the protests. When is it going to end? When are we going to have peace? When are people going to stop being so evil and wicked? And you know what's funny? I have zero answers for any one of those questions. Because like the beginning of this conversation, sometimes we just don't have the answers. We don't know what's going to happen from moment to moment, day to day. Does it hurt? It does. Does it feel bad that we're always going through crises? Yeah. But I think we can find positive solutions. I think we don't have to always be in a down place. And like I did today, in regards to the technical difficulties that I experienced, I tried my best to jump back in there and continue my program with a smile. Because ultimately, what are we going to do? We can't solve the problems. We can't fix every shattered window. But if we work hard on building better foundations, we will see major differences. It starts with us. It really starts with us. And when I mean us, I mean you, me, we, because there's no other way about it. So, yeah, tonight I had a few technical difficulties. Yeah, I could have done things differently, including but not limited to being in a haste and unplugging my laptop before I started my show. That would have been a smart move. I'm human. I make mistakes. Will I ever do it again? I don't know. Will I ever sit in another conversation with a daughter who's lost her mother or with a mother who's lost her daughter? Yeah. Will I ever attend another memorial service for a Black man gunned down in the streets? Possibly. Will I ever make another mistake? Definitely. Tonight, I'm a little somber after I should have been in a really good mood because I had a great show nonetheless. But when I think about today's society and the sadness that plagues us constantly, my mood goes up and down, happy, sad, because I'm constantly faced with reality. Will I stay down? No. I'm going to get back up. I deal with trauma every day in one way or another. And if you're lucky enough to not deal with trauma, if by some mysterious chance from God or mysterious miracle that you are one of those people that lives in a freaking bubble where you don't even watch the news, don't see what's happening in the real world, and you are completely able to escape the madness, let me know your secret. Because it's hard out here. So with that being said, and with tonight being one of those very interestingly weird, chaotic, beautiful moments, I want to say shouts out to Yaya MPL, my beautiful, introverted, amazing singer, friend, sister, and Descendant, the young man who sings about blessings, but also sings about pain, who sings about being Black and surviving in his song Black Survivor or Black Survival. And also talks about the have-nots. Because you know what? Sometimes we have it and sometimes we have not. Anyway, yeah, today was one of those days. To you, Miss Astrid, I'm praying for you. If you never get a chance to watch this, I'll understand. But if you do, know that today's story of how your mother left this earth was something that really left me with highs and lows. Her mother died in her arms. This is my office manager I'm referring to. And as she died, her caretaker, the nurse, started screaming bloody murder in the next room, then passes out. And as Astrid's sister runs in the house, because by this point, Astrid has called the family, called 911, shouting and screaming, obviously, not being able to articulate her words, but everybody got the message and everybody was on their way. But her sister, her only sibling, rushed in. And before she could get to her mother and Astrid, she saw the nurse passed out. Before she could attend to her mother and her sister, she had to make a bee-way or beehive or whatever they call it. She had to rush over to the nurse and call 911 for the nurse. So 911 was called for the mother that's passed on. Now 911 is being called and the EMS is on their way for the nurse that possibly had a stroke from the shock of the mother passing on. I couldn't cry during this conversation. Usually I get emotional, but I'm a visual person, as you guys may know by now, and I'm a creative. So I can't cry. I'm not going to laugh, although it's funny as hell, but like, I don't know what to do because the way Astrid also tells stories, you're like, are you telling me the truth right now? I knew the woman really did pass away, but did this really happen? And it did. And she understood my emotions because she's like, Aniya, it's okay. Everybody's been laughing since she's died. But I shared this story to say that even in death, there are moments that we can smile. Even when things look their worst, there's always a silver lining. So today was pretty rough on many levels, but I'm blessed. Just like Descendant says in his song. And if I'm blessed, know that you're blessed as well. It's your girl Aniya A, and I have a lot more work to do before I shut it down tonight because I have a whole week of interviews next week. So I'm going to start now. Getting ready mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. I think I'm going to do some crunches before the night is over because, I'm trying to get this sexy back. Hey. And yeah, I just need to get in a space before the night is over so I can be reminded that I'm blessed. Have a great night and know that in every painful situation, there is a silver lining. It's your girl Aniya A, signing out for now. See you tomorrow. Bye.